Gemini, this is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries. Tarot, it's a message for Gemini, sun, moon, and rising sign. This is an energy reading, so take it where and how it resonates in your life. This is your message. And if you're not a Gemini, and you never even seen a tarot card reading before, and you're wondering, why did this come up on my feed? Because there's something here that you need to know. It always arrives at just the right time. And this is where your message begins. Now this is the star card. This is dreams and wishes fulfilled, right? And the first two cards out were this. So I felt like, oh, you're chasing your dreams somewhere. You're off on the road. You're headed out. You're done with all the crap that doesn't fulfill you. You're letting go of it, right? You know that you're not interested in something because probably you've realized, Gemini, that you realize what you really want. You realize what's really matters to you. And when you realize what really matters to you, it's easier to walk away. It's easier to let the stuff that you're really not interested in anymore, which is this, go. And this is more of a date marker, which is the next new moon, which is the Pisces new moon. Pisces new moon happens in a week, about a week from now. If you're watching this when I upload it. So we're moving on, we're starting fresh, and we're leaving behind. We know what we want. We're inspired now, and we're moving on to what really matters. We're able to move away from what drains us, what we got nothing anymore. You know, it's like, this is why they're cups. They're empty. I got nothing. I don't feel anything. This is, I don't feel anything anymore. Totally going off. Act of courage, really, because you know what you want. But then we move on to this. This was the third card that came out. And you're like, yeah, you are moving on to something much more beautiful, much more fertile, much more abundant, much more prosperous. You have a sense of self. You have a sense of self-worth. You have a sense of, it's because you have enough. Maybe because you actually have the resources to finally go after what you really want and not settle anymore. So there is this point of, I don't want to settle anymore. I'm moving on to the big stuff, the stuff that really interests me, the stuff that I really value. And it's a good decision for you, or like the universe is going to open up for you and you're going to be able to do it. It's like basically the reading is saying it's perfect time to do it. Like this is the time where you'll have the resources, where you'll be covered. You almost feel, Gemini, like you're coming back to life. Like there's just this energy of I've resurrected after a long slumber, and I'm capable of, hi Gooby, come on in. Thanks, Auntie Bridgie. You're capable of it just feels like you feel like you're coming back to life, like the world is green again. This could indicate opening up your life or starting something new or going on a new journey or adventure toward the springtime as well. It's like a rebirth, like a springtime. And then we have this card. So this is Aries season. Yeah, life is changing a lot for you, and you're getting momentum and direction into the direction that you're defining for yourself. There's a lot more independence here. Sort of like a roadmap to you defining who you are and declaring your own sense of personal identity. And then people are noticing your good work, or maybe, yeah, people are recognizing your value. They're connecting with you. They're communing with you. They're maybe even working with you to build something, to create something. So like starting on this Pisces new moon, I got to say, this is like a whole new chapter in your life that's filled with a lot of focus and success and recognition. I think there's a certainty now in you, or there will be after this week, of what's worth fighting for. There could also, yeah, let me just leave it there and remind you, my friends, that if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel and then ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. But also, if you ring and select all notifications, you'll be notified when I go live. And this is the only place I do live free public tarot card readings, okay, for my YouTube crowd. So if you'd like to join those, please remember to subscribe and then select all notifications when you ring that notification bell. If you're looking for a personal reading, I provide those only through my website. You can schedule a reading with me there, www.bornwithoutboundariestarot.com. Book and schedule there, guys. We're getting a moon card. Okay. So surrender to the divine, letting something go, and don't let pride get in your way. This is also that energy of just letting the old crap go, being liberated by it, being free from it. It's like you've got too much good going on. But there's this underlying anger here. We do have the Aries energy as well. There's this underlying anger. Don't let pride get in your way. Pride is often deceptively intelligent. It sounds like you're trying to convince you, like you're trying to convince yourself, like pride is, that could be unsafe, or that would never work, because it's like anytime you're justifying doubt, that's pride. Pride kind of justifies doubt in your own mind. So don't let pride get in your way, and surrender to the divine. Allow that you don't know everything, and that you can't know everything. And don't think that you do. Don't choose your direction. It's almost like people plan, God laughs. So stop. Happy birthday, Doug Denny. Don't make plans. What do I mean by that? Set a goal and then improvise. That's what life is. Life is the mastery of improvisation. People plan, God laughs. Don't make a plan. I used to work for construction in Manhattan. I was their marketing manager out there. And I learned then that the best drawn blueprints always have to get edited. Always. Because there's always something that is unexpected that's happening. So don't make a plan. Set a goal and put your whole heart there. Put your heart there. Happy birthday, Michelle Sandigate. Put your heart there because that's where it belongs. That's its home. And then follow it. But allow yourself to improvise along the way. Don't think you know everything, because the divine's still going to intervene and surprise you. Use your instincts, but trust your instincts, trust your gut, and your gut's going to be able to guide you and be malleable enough to take you, around those curves and under those bridges and climb over those mountains. But let's get some clarity. There's some kind of emotion here that you have to release, especially emotion that would judge your future, limit your future based on your past, or like, I have to prove myself, right? Don't let pride get in your way. Don't be emotional that way. Let that shit go, because that's going to waste your time too. This isn't about being right, Gemini. This adventure you're on is about being happy. It's about being fulfilled. It's not about being right and look, I told you so. There's some sort of confusion. Could be delusion. Could be distraction. Lots of options. Not any option that you're actually interested in. This is about something that is confusing or a bunch of bullshit. This sense of a selection of a lot of things, but none of those things is really what you want. So don't make a choice. It's like, if you're confused, there's an answer. And the answer is, I'm not interested in anything I'm seeing. And that's okay. Don't choose what's in front of you if it's not what you really want. Keep looking, keep exploring, and keep yourself open. Okay, Gemini. Hermit. We have Virgo energy. There's a lot of, something in the past. Let's get it. We have Ace of Cups. There was an offer of love, maybe an offer of marriage, maybe a marriage, something very kind, tender, maybe even healing. Now there seems to be spending time alone or away from. Maybe you went on it's like you left home, or you left something that was comfortable for you or familiar for you, and you went out on your own, following in faith, you still have a great deal of love. I think love is sustainable and unconditional. There could also be an offer for a hand of marriage. Somebody offered you connection or love before you left. And ultimately, I think that you did leave, or you had to separate yourself for some reason. It could have been for work. But there is still very much love here. I just think it's a little blurry as to when it will be officiated, or if you even want that. In the future, this is not going to work out. This is going to fall apart. Sorry about that, guys. This is going to fall apart. This is not going to work out. It's some sort of connection or place that you're living that is not meant to last. There's some it's almost like you've lost interest in it. It's almost like right now you need a tether to your home, or you need a tether to something, because there's still a little bit of an insecurity. You're not completely ready to move forward all by yourself. If you're starting a new business or something like that, you're not completely ready to leave your day job, that kind of energy. But eventually it'll just fall apart. Eventually you won't be able to keep up with what you don't care about, what you don't like. So even though we have the 8 of Cups here, it's almost like this week is what you're doing is awakening to what you really are, and what you really care about, and what really matters to you. It's like you're remembering yourself by getting a very clear understanding of what's important to you and what's not. So there is this energy of, I need the comfort right now. I need the protection. I need the familiarity. But something's going to bore you so much in the future. There's like a laziness here. It's like, I don't want to put any more effort into something that I know I can't sustain. And on some level, you're already knowing that. This could also be financial fallout, or the fallout of a financial institution, because somebody was embezzling shit or stealing money, or not doing the right thing, or not doing the not being on the up and up. That's really interesting energy, because can we get a little more information on that, maybe? What deck? You don't want to get married. Somebody here doesn't want to commit long-term to something. It's like they have feelings now. There might be feeling, but it's not going to last. It's not going to last. Let me see what came out. We have between worlds, you're shifting. So this is a transitional period, which is why you're not ready to, fully commit to one thing yet. You're still in between. And in some ways you're happy. It's almost like you're always happy being in that middle ground. You're always happy with things being able to go one way or the other. That's the ultimate state of freedom for you. That's where you feel comfortable. You feel comfortable in the transition. So someplace where you're always switching, always changing, and never sure. Because ultimately you don't want to be... You don't want to be settled. You're happiest when you are in transition, when there are options or possibilities, Gemini. And I get it. This is you. But I have to say this. It is becoming very clear to you what makes you happiest. And that's becoming very clear this week. So let's ask the cards. Where does happy live for Gemini? Hope. It lies in the potential or the possibility. That's what it lies in. Okay. So what's coming to them this week? Third eye chakra. You're awakening to what really thrills you. You're awakening to, you have this kind of awakening or a knowledge or a knowing that there is a reason, and that you don't have to have a solid answer. You just have to have inspiration to go find something. Okay, but what changes this week? Something gives you hope again. That's what it is. So it's almost like you have a re-emergence of hope. Okay. What does that mean? No, it's this deck. What does that mean? Gemini. Something is falling apart, or whatever chains that bound you or whatever obstacle was getting in your way is no longer getting in your way. Something is falling apart, or there is an inevitable surprise that is going to shift you. Okay, why? What is this inevitable surprise? That's really interesting. Or you're about to shock somebody. Can you be clear, God? What do you mean? What do you mean for Gemini? Okay, you're going to really shock somebody. We have the Temperance Angel, which means your world is expanding and you're working to figure things out, something that you have been working on for a while, or there's a job or expansion that you're capable of taking on the road with you. Maybe you're working remotely, you're going to be traveling for money, and then that's happiness, something that really fulfills you. So it's worth more than money because it's actually bringing contentment and happiness to your life. There also could be a Sagittarius in your life that's taking their sweet time, but that's coming to realize and recognize, I want to make this work. I think if you are left to yourself by your own design, just the freedom alone, happy birthday, Doug Denny, is the freedom alone is going to be something that makes you trust somebody better, right? Something that makes you feel familiar enough in this area to want it or feel good about it. There's definitely a shift here. But how does that shift play out? How does that shift play out? I think you're just afraid. Maybe you're getting wet. Maybe you're getting cold feet. What is that shift? In the burdens. In the burdens you're allowing yourself to pick up. In the responsibilities or duties, or there's been a lot of things going wrong or a lot of haters, and that's put a tremendous burden on you or made things so much more difficult. Maybe for you to believe that things could end up happy. I think you're going to be shocked that they do or that you want this. Let's go to the extended. I want to clarify things. I'll see you there. The link is down below.